All right, let's dive right in. We're talking about Go High Level today. And specifically, we're going to tackle a huge challenge that so many of you face, just getting organized. We're going to build a system from the ground up so you can stop losing leads in all the chaos and actually start automating your follow-up like a pro. So let me ask you this. Ever look at your contact list and it just feels like an endless, messy scroll? Do you get that nagging feeling in the back of your mind that some really valuable leads are slipping right through the cracks just because you can't keep track of everything? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you are in exactly the right place.
Look, if that's you, you are so not alone. It is such a common feeling. I see users on Reddit calling GHL clunky, and even the pros, the experienced marketers, they'll admit that the most powerful features in the platform can feel, well, pretty intimidating. But here's the thing. What if there was a simple system to bring some order to all that chaos?
So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to follow a really clear path from chaos to clarity. We'll start by digging into the problem. Then we'll build a solid foundation with tagging, turn those tags into lists that actually do something, and then, the best part, we'll put the whole thing on autopilot. And that's the core of the problem, right? Without some kind of system, your Go High Level account is basically just a giant digital phone book. It's this long, messy list of names, and it makes it almost impossible to know who you should focus on, who is actually ready to buy, and who just needs a little more time.
So how do we fix this? Well, the solution, believe it or not, starts with something super, super simple: tags. This is the foundational first step. This is how you build a CRM that actually works for you instead of you working for it. Let's break down what they are.
Seriously, just think of tags as digital sticky notes. Did someone show up to your webinar? Tag them. Clicked a specific link in your last email? Tag them. Are they a red-hot lead that you need to call, like, right now? You guessed it, tag them. They instantly tell you who someone is and what's important about them at a glance.
And this right here is where things start to get really powerful, because these simple little labels, they become the engine for everything else. You can slice and dice your audience for hyper-targeted emails, you can kick off powerful automations, and you can personalize your communication at scale. It really does all start with the humble tag.
Okay, so we've got our contacts tagged up all nice and neat. Now we can create these dynamic self-updating lists that are going to do the heavy lifting for us. This is where we go from just categorizing people to creating segments we can actually do something with. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Static lists, they're a chore, right? You're always manually adding people, removing people. It's a pain. But smart lists, well, they're alive. They're always adapting in real time. When a new contact gets that hot lead tag, boom, they are instantly on your hot lead smart list. You don't have to lift a finger.
And the best part? Creating one is so, so simple. You literally just go to your contacts, pop in a filter for the tag you're looking for, say hot lead, and then just click that Save as Smart List button. That's it. You're done. You've just made a dynamic view of your most important contacts that will always be up to date.
Okay, so we've got our tags, we've got our smart lists. Now for the really fun part. It's time to make them actually do something for us. We're going to put this whole organization system on autopilot using Go High Level's biggest superpower, workflows. Let's make this real. We're going to use a classic scenario, something I see all the time. A user was asking how they could handle leads differently based on their form answers, specifically their income. This is the perfect example to show how a simple workflow can save you just tons of manual work. Okay, so here's how it breaks down. The second someone submits that form, the workflow kicks off. Then it hits a simple if-else question. Does the income meet our criteria? If the answer is yes, it goes down the yes path. It automatically slaps on that hot lead tag. And, get this, it even creates a task for a salesperson to call them. But if the answer is no, it goes down the no path, applies a nurture tag, and pops them into an email sequence. The whole thing is completely hands-off. So, when you put all these pieces together, what does it actually look like? Let's take a look at the incredible transformation of your CRM. The before and after. I mean, it is a night and day difference. You go from this state of just constant chaos and overwhelm, where leads are falling through the cracks, to a totally streamlined machine. Every single person gets the right kind of attention at the exact right moment, and it all happens automatically. And look, this isn't just some theory. This stuff gets real results. Take this example. A realtor, let's call her Sarah. She used this exact system, automating her follow-ups using workflows that were all triggered by how her leads were tagged. And what happened? She saw her client engagement go up by over 40%. That's a huge, measurable impact that comes directly from having an organized, automated system. It just leads to more conversations and ultimately more sales.
So, the big takeaway here, the most important thing to remember, is that you have all the tools you need to build this system for yourself right now. It really does all start with one simple tag. So, the only question left is, where are you going to start? What's that one manual, tedious process you're going to automate first?